I've heard that your memories start forming somewhere between ages 2 and 4. I remember being 4. I knew my preschool, our routine, our songs, and my friends. I played in the green of our grass and the green canopy of our trees. There's comfort in green. There's comfort in routine. Sure, I had a big imagination, but I don't know if I ever considered the vastness of the world. One of my earlier memories is of going to Sedona and Grand Canyon. The whole experience was unlike anything I had seen before. Imagine a plane through the eyes of a 4-year-old. A giant metal tube in the sky, the drop of leaving your stomach behind you upon takeoff, the gentleness of a sweet stranger handing you snacks, the sense of community and sharing your movie time with hundreds of strangers, the discomfort that comes with intense pressure in your tiny ears. Then you step out into a new planet. This heat was dry like I'd never imagined. How can heat feel different in my nose? How can heat feel different in my lungs? The forbidden desire to touch a fuzzy shrub. No, not fuzzy, spiky. And sunshine. Nothing but sunshine.
I grew up in the Northeast, in the country outside of Pittsburgh. And we don't call them fireflies there. We call them lightning bugs. I grew up catching lightning bugs all the time on summer evenings. Although I know that a lot of people here find it wild because they've never seen them, but I'm quite used to them. They're glowing flutters all over the place. And so not having them now, you kind of appreciate it. We would always catch them. And there was maybe one time when I was like, oh, we should get a jar, put them in there. And one of my older siblings said, oh no, because then they would die. You just catch them, gently in your hand, and then once you take a look and appreciate it and look at it, then you just let it go and you try to get the next one. That's my little story about lightning bugs.
I remember when I was about 5 years old, I got on the bus to go home. And I had a friend that was with me on the bus. And I insisted on getting off her bus stop even though I wasn't supposed to. I followed her home, and I remember going to her mom's room with her to ask her to stay with her, and her mom had said no. And I remember I was walking home because apparently I knew where I lived at that time. Sad, crying at 5 years old, and a lady stopped me and she asked where I was going. So she took it upon herself to drive me home, even though she was a complete stranger, just saw this little girl walking down the street by herself crying. I don't really remember getting home, I just remember my mom being very angry and everyone worried that I was kidnapped or lost. It just makes me think about the innocence of children and how they don't know not to trust adults or anyone for that matter. So in that moment, I just thought this nice lady was going to give me a ride home. But luckily, she was just a nice lady, like an angel that day, who just drove me home.
It's gonna be okay,